Credit Florida, they're good. You know, they at halftime, I even though we were, I guess in a 2-point game, I didn't feel good. I thought we had scored through their mistakes, and I just didn't see us having the fuel in the tank that you got to have to sustain 40 minutes of the effort that you have to play to defeat them. I said it when I prepared to play them the first time, and I'll say it again. You get nothing easy on either side of the floor when you play them. They make no mistakes defensively. They don't give you easy points off their offense. They take good shots, and credit them. They're real good, and they're hard to deal with, and I think they're healthy for the first time all year here coming down the stretch, which it showed here the last 16 minutes of the game or so today.
Frank, the early defense on Frazier just seemed like he was getting wide open looks, and then once he got heated up, he was hitting with hands in his faces. Just what happened there early?
Yeah, we never put a hand in his face. I hear that all the time when people say, well, he shot it over the defense. When you play against a shooter, once that ball gets up above his temple, I don't care if your hand is up. You can throw stuff up there. It's not going to faze him. Your defense before he gets the ball up in that pocket is what matters, and that's what worried me in the first half. I thought we were late to him every single time. I didn't think we got to him, and we somehow, some way, we obviously didn't express to our players that Michael Frazier shoots the basketball. That obviously wasn't communicated as well as it needed to be communicated.
Was there a particular moment in the second half where you felt like things were changing in a time period, or was it just more, as you talked about, the fuel in the tank just not being there?
Yeah, it was never there, but even then it's 39-35. They miss a free throw, and my two guys just stand there. They don't box out. They don't go after the ball. They just stand there. As Mendogas and Dwayne, and their guy goes after the ball, and so now we react and punch it out of bounds, and then the onslaught started. Then, it's they score the free throws, or they score on that possession. They set up the press. We whether we play Florida or my 1985 junior varsity team, our rule is don't ever throw it in the corner against the press. And Dwayne Notice just threw it to Sindarius in the corner with two guys on him. Sindarius put the ball over his head. Next thing you know, there's another shot and another one. And we got outrun down the court. They're good, and they're old and mature. And when they came out the second half, they had a different hop in their step, and we didn't have enough in us to match that speed that they played with in the second half.
Obviously, with Frazier, a ton of records were set for most three-pointers attempted and made in a game. SEC record, Florida record, USC opponent record. Brent came up here and said that they really weren't even aware sometimes when he would sub back into the game. Was that a problem that you saw?
I mean, Ron, when the scouting report says there's one guy that shoots the three, you've covered our team for 2 years, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you we're great, but we usually don't get beat by one player. And we're pretty good at taking strengths away from people. We never even got to him. We're in the zone, we never identified him. And, it's, we played, in the first half, we played physically tired. And in the second half, we gave in to fatigue mentally. And when you give in to fatigue mentally, you got no chance.
Frank, you mentioned how they're a good team, and you've seen a lot of good teams over the years. Where do they stack up in your?
They're real good. They don't make mistakes. They don't get flustered because of a mistake. You might make a real good play. It doesn't faze them. They don't get up. They don't get down. They stay the course. They play the next play. And And they're connected. They play with tremendous effort, tremendous resolve,